Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the topic psychological tricks and social media frauds. We know that social media is now an important part of common man's life. Not only the young people, but people of all ages and all profession are using social networking sites as a means of communication. But at the same time, the increasing role of social media in the day-to-day life makes social networking platforms an attractive space for criminals. In the last class, we discussed about what cybercrime is, what is identity theft. In today's session, we will discuss about psychological tricks and social media crimes. So, what are psychological tricks? Psychological tricks are where attackers play with the minds of the user to trap them with lucrative offers. Once trapped, the attackers can exploit the victim by either stealing money or stealing sensitive personal information, or harm the victim in any other way. The entire basis of this kind of attack is to make the victim fall into their trap by sending fake emails, calls, or SMS. These are some of the types of psychological tricks. Phishing. It is the act of sending fraudulent email that appears to be from an original source. For example, a bank, a recruiter, or a credit card company, etc. This is done in an attempt to gain sensitive personal information like bank account details, etc. from the victim. Next one, wishing. Wishing is similar to phishing, but instead of email, in this type of crime, the fraudster uses telephone to obtain sensitive personal and financial information. Next one is smishing. It is the SMS equivalent of phishing. It uses SMS to send fraudulent text messages. The SMS asks the recipient to visit a website or web link or call to a particular phone number. The victim is then tricked into providing sensitive personal information, debit, credit card details or password, etc. So, phishing, wishing, smishing are done in an attempt to steal money from the victim or cause any harm to the victim. Some of the examples of psychological tricks. Very common example is lottery fraud. The fraudster congratulates a victim for winning a handsome lottery through email or call or through SMS. The victim is delighted and is eager to get the lottery money. The fraudster now asks the victim to transfer a token amount, a small amount, and share vital personal information to get the lottery money. The victim loses his or her money and does not get anything in return. Next example is credit debit card fraud. Here, the attacker tries to scare the victim by informing them that their credit card or debit card has been blocked. The victim becomes worried and starts panicking. The attacker takes advantage of this situation and asks victim to provide sensitive personal information to reactivate the card. This information is then misused to steal money or cause harm to the victim. Next one is job related fraud. The attacker sends a fake email to the victim offering a job with an attractive salary. The victim unfortunately believes it and follows the instructions. The attacker then steals the money or harms the victim physically. So, what precautions we have to take? Do not get petrified if you receive a call stating that your card is blocked, because bank will never convey such information on call. Do not share your PIN, password, card number, OTP, etc. with any stranger, even he or she claims to be a bank employee, because bank will never ask for any vital information. Keep your bank's customer care number handy so that you can report any suspicious or unauthorized transaction on your account immediately. Next one is social media frauds. Social media has become an integral part of our life. It is the new way of communicating, sharing, and informing people about the events in our life. We share our day-to-day life events on social media in the form of self and family photographs, updates on our locations, our views, thoughts on prevalent topics, etc. One can understand the entire history of an individual through their social media profile and can even predict future events based on patterns in the past. This may pose a threat to an individual as unwanted access to social media profile. It can cause loss of information, defamation, or even worse consequences such as physical or sexual assault, robbery, etc. Hence, protection and appropriate use of social media profile is very important. Let us look at some examples of social media frauds. Sympathy fraud. The attacker becomes friends with victim on social media. The attacker gains trust by frequent interactions or chats. The attacker later extracts money or harm the victim. Next one, romance fraud. The attacker becomes friends with the victim on social media. Over a period, the attacker gains victim's affection. The attacker later exploits the victim physically, financially, or emotionally. Anyone using the internet should exercise some basic precautions. We should be very careful while accepting friend requests from strangers on social media. Do not share personal details or get into financial dealings with an unknown person whom you have met on social media platform. Hope that you understood what we have discussed today. In the next session, we will be dealing with cyber stalking, cyber bullying, etc. So thank you.